It's not a good day to be a bad guy.
What's up, metalheads? This is Wayne.
And Michelle.
And we are from the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast. And you are listening to
Burton and Aaron on the Lost in the Dark podcast.
Raise your horns.
Lost in the dark.
What the fuck is up, CRYPT CREW? Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Lost in the Dark podcast. This is it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the first one back for Aaron and I. This is just a solo Aaron and I episode in a while, and we go over some much needed topics. And I mean, you know, like. Anybody that's a longtime follower of this show knows that, like, that's why I started this thing, was just to have conversations with my friends. And I never thought anybody would pay attention to it ever. And so this is getting back. If you don't know where to start, go back to the beginning, right? Like, that's what this one is. And we just have a lot of fun diving into some recent topics. And this is a good one. But to start off, as always, we got some shout-outs. First up, as always, our brothers from Wisconsin. The Dipping Milk in Cookies podcast, hosted by Garrett, the Cookie Commander Smith, and Michael, the Master Milker Segovia. Join these two best friends as they try to figure out this thing we call life using friends, guests, and microphones. Absolutely one of my favorite podcasts going, because they have segments. They have these amazing segments. You know, that's something that we never did. I never thought to do on this show, was have segments. And it really kind of like keeps the show moving in a better way and stuff. We're all still learning, but they fucking kill it. Every single week they fucking kill it. I look forward to their new episodes every week. Some of my favorite segments are the question of the week, where they'll ask you, they'll ask questions on Facebook, and if you comment, they will read your reply on the show and then give you a shout out. So that's fucking amazing. So be sure to follow their socials. And on top of that, they do the Master Milker's Mysterious Mysteries. And I cannot fucking wait to do a crosscast with them and get into some wild fucking paranormal shit. So I know Mike has that bug in the same way that I do. So I'm really excited to one day cross over with them. They're fucking amazing though. Garrett is of course the guitarist for the band Reflection of Flesh, and he's an outstanding guitarist and an outstanding podcast host. So be sure to check out all things Dipping Milk in Cookies podcast. Moving along. Next up, our other fucking podcast family right here, the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast, coming to you from the glacial dumping ground known as the Michigan Basin. Wayne and Michelle are a Michigan-based husband and wife educator and podcasting duo that examine UFOs and other paranormal topics within Michigan and beyond. Topics include UFOs, the paranormal, conspiracy theories, ghosts, alternative history, the Michigan Dogman, Bigfoot, cryptids, and all things strange and paranormal. Wayne and Michelle are absolutely two of my favorite people that I've ever met through doing this podcast. They are, you know, from the beginning of this podcast, we always talked about paranormal stuff. Besides metal, the world of the paranormal is another gigantic passion of mine. I am a skeptic, want to believer, and it's gotten to the point where they have, in a big bad way, helped influence me to start my own paranormal show. That's coming. Keep an eye out. And they just mean the world to me. We've been on their show, they've been on our show, and it's absolutely hands down one of my favorite, if not my favorite, paranormal podcasts going right now that I've ever found. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's the Michigan podcast family right there. Like they just mean the absolute world to me. So everybody be sure to check out all things Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal encounters podcast. Moving on to the band shout outs for this episode. First up, we have our brothers who you just saw on the show on the last episode from Ohio, Cerebral Cortex. They fucking rule. They are one of the first. Wait, let me check that. Yes, they are the first band ever outside of Lansing to come in and be in studio on the show with me. And I can never describe how much that fucking means to me. Like, they drove a long way to get up here. Again, they're from Toledo, Ohio. And the fact that they did that just absolutely means the world to me. So I can never thank them enough. And they fucking destroy. That shit is the mad notes, yo. So they got a show on December 11th in Jackson, Michigan at the Music Box. I'll be there. You should be there too. And if you come up to me and say, hey, I know Lost in the Dark, I'll buy you a fucking drink. So everybody be sure to check out all things Cerebral Cortex. And that show on December 11th in Jackson, Michigan. So one more time, moving on. Next up, our final band shout out for this episode is our goddamn motherfucking family. A guy that's been on multiple times, and we finally got to see him live back in like September or August, something like that, at Ride at the Racetracks. Of course, I'm talking about none other than Kill the Imposter. They just Kill the Imposter started to tease a new album on social media, so be sure to follow them on all social media. Absolutely one of Florida's best. Like, Johnny Nobody, love you, brother. Like, he is an amazing guy. The last episode he was on here with me was mind-blowing. Like, the shit that he showed, oh my God. Just watch it. I can't sit here and sell it to you because there's just too much. Like, just trust me on this one. Go back if you haven't seen it and watch that one, because and I'm not talking about for the views. I don't give a fuck about views. I'm talking about you need to see this shit, all right? It's fucking amazing. Johnny's one of the coolest dudes ever, and the next time I make it down to Florida, I'll definitely be hooking up with him, hopefully, if he's not on tour or something. So he's one of the coolest dudes that I've ever met through doing this podcast, and I can never thank him enough. And they fucking destroy live. If you get the opportunity, hey, there we go. If you get the opportunity to see Kill the Imposter live, and you get the opportunity to meet him after the show, walk up to him and say, hey, Burton from Lost in the Dark sent you. He'll know what you're talking about. Like, he is he's a great guy. He's a great guy. So everybody check out the previous episodes we've done with him, and everybody be sure to check out all things Kill the Imposter. They got a new one coming very soon that I cannot fucking wait for. That shit's gonna be the mad notes, yo. Cannot wait. So without further ado, though, that's gonna do it for the shout outs on this one. Let's get into episode 211 of Lost in the Dark podcast. This one's just me and Aaron. We get into some shit. We have a blast, and I hope you all have a blast with us. Thank you so much. Here we go. Enjoy. We back.
What up?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time now since it's just been you and me on one of these.
Fuck yeah, it has.
I want to start off by...
been a lot of shit happening since then.
Yeah, a whole lot.
So,
I want to start off by saying... November, we had a real good, big, strong October, and then November, I dropped the ball. Big time. Been crazy busy. I just had a lot going on, and that's why there hasn't been as much stuff out in November, but hopefully that'll change now, and December is going to be another banger.
got some big ones coming up, too.
And one of the things that we obviously didn't do was a Halloween special this year. Now, normally we record our Halloween specials on Halloween, and then we release it a couple days later.
Yeah.
Well, this year we were going to try to do the opposite, record it a few days before, and then release it on Halloween because we had, for the first time ever, we actually had plans on Halloween night. But we dropped the ball. We didn't do it. Yeah, it ended up being fucking insanely busy.
Yeah.
Like that whole month. Like it was kind of nuts. And we just didn't get to it. It is a bummer. It is a bummer because we did have some pretty good ideas.
I think we still adapt them somehow.
I think we can too. You know what I was thinking earlier?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey.
Haha, we're back. Cheers to the CRYPT CREW. This one's for you. I did have the idea earlier. Got a fucking hair in my mouth. Christmas is also like, it doesn't really get recognized as such by as many people, but it is a holiday filled with ghosts.
Yeah.
You know, A Christmas Carol, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Both a Christmas and a Halloween movie.
What if we did like something? What if we did a special and called it like the Nightmare Carol? And we do like kind of a Christmas special thing, but then we also do some of our actually both of our ideas.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something might be in the works.
As of 20 seconds ago.
Shit. Now I gotta buy a new costume. All right. I thought I dodged that bullet. Maybe they'll be on sale now. Oh no, that's too big of a costume. I thought maybe we could get dressed up as Krampus. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I don't know how you plan.
Krampus is another perfect example of Halloween meets Christmas.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we're hoping to end off strong. We're bummed we didn't get to it, but so we're sorry. But hopefully, we promise we'll make it up to y'all. And
yeah,
and I've been alluding to it a little bit, but I think I'll formally announce right here that I think at the beginning of next year, hopefully the first episodes start dropping in January or February for sure. Or maybe I'll just record a bunch in January and February and drop it the first week of March because it'll be our 4-year anniversary.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Holy fuck.
Damn.
Holy fuck. So yeah, maybe I'll save it for that. But I am starting a new podcast, a paranormal podcast called Follow the Reaper. And cheers. Hey. And so keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be making more announcements towards that, updates, creations of social medias and all that stuff. It's going to be an audio only podcast. I will have visual aspects of it on the YouTube channel because it will still have a YouTube channel because I know how to use YouTube. But the visual aspects of it are going to be like, I'm going to go, I think over the next, actually maybe even this week because the students are all gone.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I might go do an investigation or two on campus this week at night because I know no one will be there. So just like, I don't know, you can come if you want, but I was just planning on going by myself.
That'd be cool. Yeah, because the few that we were talking about, I never knew about.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So that would be cool to have someone there with me. But that'll be where that stuff kind of goes from here on out as opposed to on here. So yeah, everybody keep an eye out for that. We got that in the works. Everybody, if you haven't by now, Bogwraith just dropped a cover of Surfacing.
Yeah.
From Slipknot. That's a ripper and a sick ass music video. If you haven't checked that out, do so.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That might have been one of the most fun things we've done as a band.
Where'd you guys film that again?
That was at Mike's house.
Really?
Yeah, about I don't know, 5 minutes from here.
Yeah.
So
you sent me like You sent me a picture of the room after you guys were totally done, and it just looked like Slipknot had just been there.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Literally.
It was, yeah. Well, that was, yeah, I think the one I sent you was at the garage. That was that
Yeah.
was one of the last things we did of the night.
So, yeah.
And
Check out Bograve.
that's up to, like, I think, like, 2K over everything.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
I think Spotify just hit 1,000, and then our YouTube, I think it just hit, like, just over that. I think.
And this is a big, like, it's part of a big compilation cover album, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys, like, the only one that filmed an actual music video for your cover?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
Like, everybody else has done a variety of things. We just decided to because it was just something extra we wanted to do. Just kind of on top, like, kind of sort of outside of the project.
Yeah.
Because the song itself, yeah, is I think it's there's 2 different EPs, or not EPs, like I don't know, like cover albums,
Compilation cover albums, yeah.
The first one's got, like, I don't know, a bunch of bigger names on it. I think, let me see. Oh yeah, but yeah, so there's like a variety of, and it's like throughout the first 4 albums, because that's all that he was on. And all of the proceeds to it went to the organization that does, like, research for what he for the illness that he had. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, I'm
So it's like a charity thing?
unprepared. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. So everybody kind of,
That's sick.
so yeah, it's really cool to be a part of. But yeah, dude, like the filming of it was intense, man. Like, it
Looks
was
pretty intense.
It was, we got there, and like, the drums were the first thing that we did, and so yeah, it's through Quasar Studios, who are the ones that are kind of, like, pushing the whole thing. And it says all proceeds made over at Bandcamp on Slipknot tribute album will go straight to the National Voices charity for transverse myelitis,
Oh, okay.
which
All
is
right.
that's what he had. So I think it's all, just full release the 26th of November. So actually, as we're sitting here,
It's not
the
out
full,
yet.
Yeah, the full, because, like, we've been putting out, like, each band has had their like a select, like, time for when they're gonna, like, put out their single for it or whatever, and then the whole thing
Yeah.
is gonna be out for, and then that's just like a boost of,
And by the time this comes out, that'll be out. So I'll be sure to link that in the description below, so anybody that wants to support that and pick up a copy can. Just check out the description.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Honestly, like, I was kind of, I wasn't even thinking about the fact that, because the mask that I used in that, I actually wanted to give a quick
Oh yeah.
a quick shout out, because the thing is beautiful, and it turned out way better than I even expected. It kind of choked me up a little bit when I saw it first. So I ordered this mask from so it's Silent Faces Studios. He's based out of Germany, and it was a Etsy thing that I went on, because, like, I was like, pretty much ever since his passing, I've been, I mean, much like yourself with Alexi and stuff, like, you always try to find stuff that, I mean, I made some kind of wild purchases, but it's all been, like, meaningful. Like, it's all been stuff that, like, as soon as I've gotten it, I was like, this is worth it. Like, it's, so yeah, it's like I said, Silent Faces Studios out of Germany made this mask.
So if you search Silent Faces Studios on Etsy, you'll find.
Or
are you on Instagram?
Yeah, just on Instagram.
Okay. So Silent Faces Studios on Instagram.
Yeah. And yeah, from there he's got all of his links and
Nice.
stuff. But he does really, really just some of the craziest work I've seen in a minute. He has some Paul masks. He's got a bunch of others. So yeah, I would check that out. But yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, the mask that was in that, I must have ordered it, like, I don't know, like, probably a week after it happened, and then I just kind of forgot about it because I was like, it's gonna be a while, and I was like, I started looking at it, I was like, oh, like, it says, like, oh, it ships on, like, whatever it was, like October 9th or something like that. And then it was like just before we were doing like the filming stuff, and I was like, oh shit, like, this is, if I could get it before, it would be great. And then that's what happened.
Oh,
so
it looks so
yeah,
good.
dude, like all the little spliced in shots of everything, and then, like, how it's all kind of like strobed and everything.
Yeah.
It looks exactly how I pictured it and stuff. And we all, Julian and let me give Robbie's his name. I want to give it's through Live Productions is his
Like LIVE.
Like LIV Productions. Is his. He helped with majority of the filming stuff.
All right.
Got a bunch of pictures. Like we had, I'm pretty sure all of us at one point grabbed a camera and filmed it all.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it was one of those things. Like I helped get a lot of Julian shots. And,
oh, cool. That's neat.
So yeah, and it was, we got a bunch of like behind the scenes pictures and stuff with it and stuff that we've been kind of posting and everything. So it was like it was a long day. Like it was a lot. Like I think we did 5 different sets of solo shots for each of us, which is way more than what we needed, which was the point. Because the last thing that we did, we felt like we didn't have enough for. So yeah, we got as much as we thought we wanted, and then did some of the group stuff, which was the very last bits of it, as far as the performance stuff, and then just us being just weird and
Awesome.
Yeah, Blair Witching in the garage.
Yeah.
It would, dude.
Sick.
That was the one thing I wanted to say was like, so that was like one of the last things that we did, and like, you don't really see too much of it because it's all pretty chaotic at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's all kind of spliced in there the way it is, but so like I was doing whatever I was doing, and everybody else is kind of, so like I didn't see firsthand what was going on with the foam head. I just kind of heard it, and I was like, whatever's happening over there is what's happening. I'm gonna figure it out. Like, and then so like by the end of it, like I'm on the floor in the back. Alex is like Blair Witching in the corner. There's like a foam head with like a stick in the mouth and stuff, and like so like the song ends. We're all standing there for a second. It goes quiet, and then you hear the little thing click, and Robbie's like, what the fuck was that, or something like that. He's like I'm so nerd. Like I don't remember what he said, but we just bust out laughing or whatever. He's like, I'm gonna go home now.
Scared him a
see
bit?
you guys later. Yeah.
You guys gotta stop scaring off the filmographers.
Yeah, right. But no, he was awesome for it. He was there the entire day helping us out with everything and stuff. So yeah, so yeah, dude, that was, like I said, probably one of the most fun things that I think we've done thus far, outside of recording and all the other videos that we've done. Because I do definitely look fondly back at the Flesh video.
I was gonna say that had a blast too.
Just because that was because like with this one and with the Putridity one, we had a little bit of an idea of what we wanted out of it. Putridity kind of I don't know, that was kind of a different experience. Like it turned out pretty cool, and we're actually doing something kind of different for it. I think we're gonna put it out like a different, I don't know. I don't really know if I want to say it, but anyway, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff with that. But regardless, like so we had like an idea for what we wanted those to be, but like Flesh was kind of one of the first ones because it was the first one that we did, and we just had this random concept idea where it was like okay.
But that was your first music video?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, for the more recent stuff.
Yeah.
We've done, we have like some live stuff on YouTube and stuff, and the Call of the Marshlands was the first.
Yeah.
The first video that we did, and that was super raw. But that one's just fun to go back to, just because it's so like, based on like just kind of looking at surfacing, and then that one it's very like. But it's kind of a cool place in time, because that was when we were still recording in Julian's room instead of having the whole like garage and everything. Like he did the whole live room and stuff, and so it's kind of cool for that. But yeah, Flesh was kind of interesting because like I said, we had this goofy idea, like let's all get tracksuits and just kind of mob around Lansing. And we didn't really know what it was going to be when we finished up. We was like, okay, well, that happened. That was a thing. Anyone
that saw you guys filming around town definitely thought you were a rapper.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh, there's a new boy band in town.
I'll still, like, the thing, one of my favorite shots in it, it's one of the first bits of it, was when we're standing out in front of the QD there.
Yeah, I know. The lady in the background is the best.
Yeah, dude.
We should get her on the podcast.
We probably could, honestly.
Yeah.
It's been like, I don't know, it's been like God, like a year. It was that's right.
pre-pandemic.
Yeah, well, it was funny too because I remember, like we talked about getting like before we did all that, we talked about like going in, like getting like 40s and shit, and like doing all that stuff. But like we shot those shots, and we were like, yeah, we're not going inside. Like we're just gonna go. Like we got what we wanted. No, we're not. Nobody needs.
We don't need to bother anybody.
So yeah,
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, that's out there.
Moral of the story: everybody check out Surfacing Color.
Yes, yeah, check that
on
out
YouTube and Spotify, and you can also purchase it on iTunes. And is it on the Bandcamp?
Yeah, it's
on the
our,
Bandcamp.
yeah.
And link in the description below if you want a hard copy of the whole kit and caboodle.
I think it's just digital stuff.
Oh, it's just digital.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. So go. It's probably what is it? A Bandcamp? Is it?
It's I'll have to.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
We'll find it. It's in the link below.
Quasar is the group that's putting it out, but I don't know if it's if that's what it's under.
Right.
But yeah, like it's got a bunch of. Let me see if I can find some of the.
It's got a lot of bands on it.
Yeah, some really pretty like well known like modern like current bands too. Let me see.
Lots of the good ones.
Lots of the good ones.
Fucking. I love how you guys just happen to have a keg to hit in the video too. I'm like, where the fuck did they get that?
Mike went to I don't remember.
Oh, he went and found one?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
He was like I wish I could remember what it was. I don't think it's the one that you go to. That's off. That's next. That's on.
He went to some recycling place.
No, it was at a like a party store of some kind.
Okay.
I don't know if it was the Big
sense.
Ten.
All right.
Or if it was something else, but yeah, I think he just kind of walked in, or he called up there, and he was like, "Yeah, so I need, can we like rent an empty keg for like a day or whatever?" And they were like, "Yeah, it's like $5 or like I think it's like 15 for just to keep it." So we just ended up keeping it because we were gonna return it, but it was like,
asked to rent it.
Yeah.
He knowing full well you all were gonna beat the living fuck out of it. He goes, "Can I rent an empty keg?" I'd have been the guy on the other end of the phone. Why?
Yeah, right.
The fuck do you want this for?
So yeah, okay. So I found it. Worm Shepherd, Red Helen, Osaya, Casket Maker, Child of Waste, Salt Wound, Us, Crafting the Conspiracy, Bleeding Spawn, The World Without Us, Etheria, Victims is on it. I don't know if I said Worm Shepherd yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're on it. Yeah, they're one of the first ones. I think a few others as well. I mean, there's like it's like 30 or 40 bands doing just. But it's all like it's been really interesting to hear some of this stuff because like it's a lot of the styles are pretty varied.
Yeah.
So like there was how Vermilion Part 2 is all acoustic.
Yeah.
It's like a slower song. The band that did it did like a down tempo kind of like doom version of it, which is really cool. I thought.
That sounds cool.
So yeah, like everybody just kind of did their take. We decided to just kind of keep with the spirit of it, but just kind of give it a little bit of our spin.
Bog Race Toussaint.
Yeah.
A little bit Bog Race Toussaint. Hell yeah, man.
So yeah.
That's fucking sick. It's a great cover, great video.
That the last thing I'll say about like if the last little bit of it doesn't make you want to like punch through the earth because like anytime that hits I'm just like
Super Saiyan.
like I don't know like if it's just energy behind it, just the way it sounds, the way it hits with the video, how it's all like chaotic and stuff, the visual stuff, like it just it's sick. So yeah, check it out.
CRYPT CREW.
If you haven't already, I posted the shit out of it. So
if you have, sincerely thank you.
Yeah.
Because it's, this. If you've been following what's been going on, like this is something that I feel like a lot of us need. Because this, Joey meant a lot to a lot of us. So it's a way to kind of give back to a band and to an incredible musician and incredible person.
yeah.
So
that was a great performance. Next up, and I should probably grab my phone for this one. We do have kind of for the first time. Well, I mean, we've done it quite a bit this year, but we have a show to talk about.
Yeah, and
which is why we couldn't record on Halloween this year.
And my God, what a show! What a night, man.
I mean, so we went on Halloween night. We went out there to the Diesel Concert Lounge in New Baltimore, Michigan, and we saw Pestilent Age, Hate Unbound, Recorruptor, Reflection of Flesh, W.O.R, The Breathing Process, The Convalescence, and BATTLECROSS. Ooh wee. Like, holy shit.
My neck still hasn't recovered, by the way. I feel like I lost some mobility in that.
Oh, yeah. I had a broken foot, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you did. What am I bitching about? Yeah. But by how you just pick somebody up in the pit.
Yeah. Somebody went down right in front of me, so I went down to swoop, and on my planted foot, someone just stopped as they were passing by. My fault for not wearing steel toes. I mean, first off, this was probably... I kept saying this a lot, and now I'm starting to question myself, but I'm like 99% sure this is the first time I've ever been to a show on Halloween night itself.
I can say that because the only thing that comes close to it, and I've talked about it before, was that Devil's Night show with Black Dahlia Murder.
Right. That's what I think. That's why I'm getting something mixed up, because I wasn't at that show, but I think I was at another show on Devil's Night a few years prior, and I think that's what I'm thinking of. But
I mean, I honestly, like, outside of that one being for the Ritual tour, and that was kind of like, that was a big deal, and just to see him at the Loft was pretty sick. But honestly, like, this one, man, like, it was you know, I mean, fucking shouts out, bravo, fucking encore, whatever else you want to say to like all specific, everyone. Every band that we saw that night was on point,
killed it.
But specifically the bands that were our podcast alumni,
Reflection of Flesh and W.O.R.
Yeah, man, and of course Convalescence.
Of course, the Convalescence. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
and fucking Recorruptor too.
Oh my God.
They're yeah.
I actually need to call them. I need to get them. Clint hit me up. But
some of the
they were all fucking amazing. It was first time ever seen a show on Halloween. And we got there.
Diesel Lounge is incredible, by the way.
Amazing venue.
Yeah.
Amazing venue. We get there, and Hate Unbound is the first up. Now, I wasn't terribly familiar with them until after that night, because they blew me away.
Yeah.
And they were the first band up. Absolutely fucking incredible. And I honestly, because the fucking the order that was on the flyer was not the order. It did go Breathing Process, Convalescence, BATTLECROSS, but the rest of them, I don't remember exactly what order they were all in, besides Hate Unbound being up first.
If I had the set times, which I stole,
oh yeah,
I would know this.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Am I right about that though? Do you remember it not? Because I don't think it went Hate Unbound, Recorruptor. Did it?
It was. I want to say it was. We saw Reflection, then we went to Recorruptor, and then it was.
Oh, Hate Unbound wasn't first? You don't think?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. See,
because I think they might have been on the main stage. We just might have.
No, they were in. We saw them on the side stage.
Oh, well, I
think the first room we walked in.
Yeah, that's right. They were a bit later. I think they were after Recorruptor.
Okay.
So I think it was Reflection.
You're right.
It was Reflection.
Oh yeah.
Recorruptor, and then W.O.R, and then Convalescence, and then Hate Unbound, and then Breathing Process, and then No, I think I got them mixed up. Whatever.
Fuck it.
Either way, yeah.
We get there, we fucking, and well, you know what? Let's just go, like, we're dancing. So first of all, so Reflection of Flesh and W.O.R. These are two bands that we have absolutely fallen in love with ever since the first time they came on the show.
Yeah.
And now they've both been on twice now. W.O.R. technically 3 times. To this day, our only lost episode. So we've gotten to talk with them for a very long time already on the show. They were willing to come on our fucking show to begin with.
Yeah.
And we absolutely fucking adore their music. The guitarist from Reflection of Flesh, Garrett, Cookie Commander Smith, is also the host of the Dipping Milk and Cookies podcast, one of the 2 hosts. And I have listened to every single episode that they've ever released. I'm a huge fan of that podcast. So off the bat, walking in, we already know Keith. We already know some of the people in Convalescence. But we're getting to meet some of our podcast people for the first time ever and see them perform live for the first time ever. So on Halloween night, we get to hang out with Keith again, see Battlecross, and see W.O.R and Reflection, Recorruptor, and W.O.R and Reflection specifically for the first time. And finally get to meet these guys in person. And leading up to that, like the 2 days before that show, I had W.O.R back on our show from their bus. They did it on the bus on the way to the first of that 3-date run. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I finally got someone on a tour bus to, like, what? Like, that's insane. That was insane to me. And then Dipping Milk and Cookies. Reflection of Flesh had just been on a week or so prior. So I just talked to these guys, and, like, man, finally getting to meet them in person like that was fucking magic. Like, it was just...
That was really cool. Really special.
Fucking immediately just hugs. Just like, finally! We get to see you! And, like, they were in the mosh pits all night, getting to mosh with them and shit. I should have known because he's a fucking football player, but I didn't realize how giant Ben is. What's up, bro?
Yeah,
like,
right? Yeah.
Like, holy, and he's jacked. Like, he was a pit murderer, dude.
It was
holy shit.
It was hilarious when Battlecross was on.
It was like watching Thor in the pit.
Well, that was real. Not only that, but like just I remember we were standing like kind of off in the back or whatever watching them.
Yeah.
And like we saw 3 of them come up, and then like I think Bobby was trying to get out, or somebody was trying to like get out of it. So they take a shirt and they just like pull him back. It's like, nope, we're going back into this to play this song or whatever. I was like, fuck yeah. That's crazy.
Oh man, they were so much energy. W.O.R had so much fucking energy on that stage. They absolutely killed it. So did Reflection. Like, fucking Reflection, their lead singer does like he's a bass player, he does the Lemmy thing.
Yeah.
Where he kind of sings up into it, but which I love. And then
that was really cool.
On top of that, he had like, because I had a double take. It was like a 7-string fretless bass.
Yeah. The other thing was gorgeous.
And he hits everything perfectly every fucking time. Like, very talented. Yeah. Very talented. So
it was cool to hear him do like Clearing the Mechanism.
Yes.
Some of the,
yes. Absolutely. You can finally hear most of Prisoners, a bunch of songs off Prisoners. Holy shit. Oh god, dude, that album was so killer.
I'm very excited about talking about W.O.R. Really excited about their newest one coming out, their next one, whatever that may be. All of them, really.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
They all just get better.
Yeah.
And like even the last thing that Reflection, Parasite, really, really good.
So sick, dude. So sick. And W.O.R is actually on tour right now on the East Coast. Wait, it might be over by now. Let me check. By the time this comes out, it might be over. I don't want to be. I did promote it on the episode that they were on. but I just want to let me, because if it's not going to be over, by the time this comes out, because they're on tour with fucking Blood of Angels, who's also been on our show, and it's super fucking cool. Like, and I seen them live earlier this year with they were on the first leg of that Convalescence tour.
Oh yeah.
So I saw them at the Music Factory and at Diesel Lounge.
Yeah.
And they were killer.
Yeah, they're really good.
Really fucking good. But yeah, them and W.O.R went on a tour, and what was it? There was a great moment at the end of one of the episodes. God damn it, where is your tour post? Oh, there we go. Yeah, yep, it's over already. Sorry. But anyway.
What was it though?
It's a band I've been meaning to look them up, and I haven't yet. The headliner is Silence on 5th Street. Never heard of them?
Not familiar.
Sick logo.
Oh, yeah.
Sick logo, but it was Silent on 5th Street, W.O.R, and Blood of Angels, but Blood of Angels might have actually dropped off at some point. But it was like it was called the Antagonist Tour, and it went from November 10th to the 23rd. So it just ended today. Today's the last day.
Oh shit.
Right now, as we're recording. So yeah, by the time this comes out, it's definitely going to be over. But everybody check out All Things W.O.R. They got more stuff coming. All these bands are lining shit up for next year. Releases, tours, everything. So yeah, like it was just so fucking special. Like the whole
It really was.
Like I left, dude. I saw the metal tour of the year twice. I saw Slipknot Roadshow, Not Fest Roadshow, fucking metal. Yeah, Hatebreed. I saw the Convalescence shows. Dahlia and fucking Carnifex. You know, like all things considered, we have had a pretty goddamn fortunate and stacked ass year of wonderful shows to attend, and we have attended most of them. Yeah. There's only really been like one or two that I missed that I'm really bummed about.
Yeah.
So we've done damn fucking good this year. Having said that,
absolutely.
I saw Megadeth, Lamb of God, Hatebreed twice, and Slipknot, and Dahlia, and Carnifex, and blah 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 blah. Halloween Night was the best show I saw this year. One of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. Now, yeah, is that a big part of what we do on here and like finally getting to see these people in person? 100%. Mm-hmm. But I had no idea it would have that much of an effect.
Yeah. To
where it was surreal.
Can I like, and you'll remember this too. Like, you want to know how I knew it was going to be one of those nights is because the first thing that happened when we got there, you remember, right? The first thing that happened when we got there was we both got a drink, as you do.
When we first walked into the venue portion of the building. Okay. Yeah.
So we're kind of walking around looking at merch stuff, kind of like, you know, ran into Recorruptor and stuff. The first thing that we did, as you do, is you got a drink, right?
Always.
Got Jack and Coke, right?
Always.
So
Second you walk in the door, you beeline to that bar. You don't look like a fucking weirdo walking around.
Yeah. Fair, yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah. I didn't really think about it like that, but yeah.
I'm a weirdo.
But hey, no, hey, hey, me too, man. That's what we do here, man. Like no shame in it.
Give me a lemmy.
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
Yeah. But so yeah, and then like as I'm like just barely working on that one.
Yeah, we got two sips in.
Yeah, like Keith and
Bobby.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I said it earlier. I'm blanking. Yeah, Keith and Bobby walk up, and you're like, what do you guys want?
We saw them talking.
Yeah.
And we were kind of. I was like, I don't want to interrupt them. I'll say hi in a minute.
Yeah.
And then as we were walking by, I noticed like kind of a break in their conversation. I went, fuck it.
Yeah.
And I was like, Keith, what up? I was happy to see him. I'm always so happy to see him.
Yeah, he's great.
And I was like, Bobby, what I mean? And yeah, so go on.
Like hugs all around and stuff, like everything like that. And then it was like, oh yeah, you guys want to drink or whatever? Like, what you guys drinking on? It was like, oh, Jack and Coke.
What are you guys drinking?
Yeah.
Jack and Coke. All right, back to the bar. Here we go.
So as Reflection of Flesh is starting, I got two, and we just like beelined it for the front of the stage. It was like
double fist in the moment we walk in.
I was like,
fuck it, it's Halloween.
Yeah, I was like all right, this is how we're doing this, and then
We didn't get any candy.
Yeah.
We didn't get any candy.
Yeah.
And on top of that, actually I did because I bought us each a pack of M&Ms on the way down just so we could have candy. And on top of that, how many? We went to 4 different Mexican restaurants on Google that all said they were open, and every single one was closed when we got there.
Yeah.
Every single one. And we just went, fuck it, and just went to the venue because I knew it was in a bowling alley. I was like, they'll have a burger or a hot dog, something. And then there ended up being like a bar open next door, like a full restaurant bar. And we ended up getting some tacos there, which were, good enough.
It's pretty good.
Good enough.
Yeah.
So the point is, we didn't get the good tacos. We didn't get candy. So yeah, we're double fisting as soon as we walk in. Motherfuckers, Halloween, motherfucker.
It's been a long journey here.
Yeah, it was. It was quite. I mean, honestly, that is, in terms of venues, I've only been to that one twice, so I can't say I go there regularly. But in terms of venues, I'm going to go there regularly now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to go there for every show I can. And what up? And that is by far the farthest one away from Lansing for sure that I would go to on a regular basis.
Yeah.
The only other one in the state that I can think of that I've ever been aware of that would be farther than that is the one that used to be, which I think we discovered it's not there anymore, up in Traverse City, that Ground Zero.
Oh,
I think it's gone. Remember, because when we tried to find it.
Yeah.
And
that one is way.
I mean, it's 4 fucking hours away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But fucking Diesel Lounge is a 4-hour round trip.
That's true.
Whereas like St. Andrews isn't that far. Machine Shop, obviously. Fucking Harpo's isn't that far. The Majestic isn't that far. The Crowfoot's not that far. Like those are all hour 20 to hour 30 one way. So like 2.5, 3 hours both ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Round trip. Yeah. Fucking Traverse City is one you go to and you get a room.
Yeah.
I ain't driving home after that
Yeah.
shit. Grand Rapids is even a lot closer too. But yeah, like it is. So yeah, it is. It's quite a journey getting out there for sure. But oh my god, so worth it.
I kind of wish more venues were set up that way. Dude, because that is
let us talk. I don't think we've talked about that on here yet, because we've talked about it a lot in private. But what the the first time I went there was like back in September, August, something like that. And
it was that was like Soulfly, wasn't it?
No, that's one of the ones I missed. They did play there though. They did play there on that tour. No, it was Convalescence with Blood of Angels.
Oh right.
And Filth.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't see them.
Yeah.
They just put out I think the Ignorance
just came out beginning of October. I'm actually
I need to jam that.
I'm currently I'm like halfway. I think I'm halfway through the write-up for the Dark Reflections.
Oh shit!
And actually, I'm glad you reminded me. As soon as we get off here, I'm actually going to order up a physical copy because I need a physical for that one.
I'd like to be a part of it because I haven't heard outside of the singles that they put out.
I've been like I said, I'm halfway through the write-up, but I haven't heard it just straight top to bottom yet.
Yeah.
I got to do my full car listen through.
Same thing with the new Breathing Process. Labyrinthian. Have you heard that? Yeah. It's
because I've finished the write up for that one.
Yeah.
So all I got to do is record it.
Okay. Dude, yeah, that to kind of backtrack a little bit. That
They were there on Halloween.
Yeah,
Good segue.
It was. But yeah, it was crazy because as we were kind of talked about it, I was like, I realized that I've seen them at least 3 times, but I feel like it's been with a variety of different members, and it's been
they have gone through quite a few members.
Yeah,
but there are a handful of them that have been in it for a very long time, and also keep in mind that band's been going for 15 fucking years.
Yeah,
it's been going a long time, and I think they took a pretty sizable break at one point.
Yeah, I think Alan from Dahlia used to play drums for him way back.
Oh my god, that's right. That's right.
Like Odyssey or something.
Something like that. Yeah. Great album. That's a great album.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites. That was when I got into them all. But yeah, so that band blew me away when I saw them.
They were one of the
high parts of that.
There's some fucking tracks on the new one that are unreal, dude, and they're they're another one where it's just a marriage of the different kinds of sound. See, it's like they marry a whole bunch of different sounds. They bring them all together in a beautiful way, but then there's this it's like they do it all under an umbrella, and the umbrella is blackened. So it's like all these different styles coming in that aren't normally blackened at all, but now they're kind of adding that element to them, and it just constantly, like, it's exactly what you want from something like that. It's consistently unnerving, and like creepy. It lean into the creepy. Like, honestly, I had like basically zero. I can't think of anything I have not. I never would have anything to say negative about it, but like anything that I might have wished to hear more of or something. If anything, it'd be guitar solos. Yeah. But honestly, like I think they came back, and I think with this lineup, they're stronger than ever. Yeah. Because they played. Did they play the whole EP?
I'm not sure.
I don't think, because I don't think they played for a full hour. That thing's an hour long. It's a chunky EP.
Yeah, I think they were on for at least like 35 minutes.
I think every song they did play was from the EP, and I believe that's because that's the vocalist's. Isn't that the current vocalist's first? First thing with them. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. I don't want to. Yeah.
I think it. Yeah. I think I could be wrong. I just wrote it down. I should know this.
Yeah, man. They're like it was them. Convalescence and Recorruptor, like Battlecross was fucking sick. Don't get me wrong. Like then they were Battlecross. Like I'll go back to Breathing Process in a second. But Battlecross they were just a fun band to see. Like they're just having fun on stage and stuff. Like it was just really like blue collar band, like type of thing. But like it was them. Recorruptor.
Breathing Process.
Yeah, like. I must have stood there the entire set and just fucking headbang. Like it was I love that kind of sound, seeing that live, and like not really recognizing any of it, but just knowing that like it's the same thing with like Throne, let's say. Like I'm not super familiar with with a lot of their songs, but like whenever I hear it, it's like it's I like this. Like I like that kind of like just constant like riffing and stuff, and like just that like something you can really just kind of get going and like get into and stuff. Like so I must have stood there for their entire set just going, man. Like it was awesome.
Yeah, man. They fucking when dude, I seriously like was full on like belly laughing when fucking Gumby went into the crowd and started heckling his own fucking band.
Yeah. You're nothing without your label.
When your lead singer goes out and heckles his own band.
Yeah. Well, and that was the best. Like, shouts out to the two guys that were standing next to him. That just went with it, and they were just kind of like,
press me,
bro. Yeah.
Oh my god,
dude. They were so much fun to watch. Like they were. I mean, you could tell like it'd been a long time, because like that was the only show that like one of the only, I guess, like
in many years that was the last of the 3-show run. Yeah, because when I was talking to W.O.R, they were on their way to the first one. It was one, I think, one in Indiana, one in Ohio, and last one in Michigan on 29, 30, 31 of October.
Yeah.
So, oh my god. That was so fucking funny. And then we did get to actually talk to the Breathing Process vocalist at the merch booth for quite a bit, and he was super fucking cool. I reached out to them. Hopefully they'll make an appearance on here. I definitely have questions for one of their guitarists, because I happen to notice a certain style
man,
of guitar that reminded me of a certain other style of guitar which made me go, I wonder.
Yeah, right.
Someone may or may not have had a pink and black Jackson Randy Rhoads style flying V,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I think it was awesome.
it was sick,
Yeah.
dude. It was so sick.
And like so from there, I think Convalescence was after that.
Yes, yeah, because I
And-
know it did go Breathing Process, Convalescence, and BATTLECROSS. I know the last three were in order. I remember that for sure.
That was because the last time we were gonna see them was the I-96 racetrack show.
That's right, and we have talked about that and what happened there.
Yeah, and so
They were
it's
unable
like
to perform, but
Yeah.
we did have a great moment at the end of the night where we went to the Convalescence merch booth and got to meet
Yeah.
with the other like half the band and took some cool pictures. Did you see the picture that I sent you of us in the crowd at the
yeah, man, yeah,
I was like,
yeah, yeah.
that's us right there.
Yeah, I was hoping that I was gonna see that eventually.
Yeah, me too.
Because I remember that happening, but I was like,
Hey, that's the thing is every single time there's like a picture like that of like a group, like what I know is going to be an awesome group shot.
Yeah.
I'm always blocked by somebody.
Yeah.
I'm always
Yeah.
like peeking around from somebody else or something like that. And that one we were like
yeah, we were
front
right
and
up
center.
front.
Like,
Yeah,
it was
dude,
awesome.
they blew me away, man. Like just
Oh my God! That was the first time you saw them this year?
this year, yeah.
Holy fuck!
Like
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That was like the fourth time.
yeah,
And it would have actually been 5, but they had to cancel the second leg of the 10-year
yeah,
anniversary
yeah.
tour. They
Yeah.
were gonna be, they were supposed originally because the night I went to see Lorna Shore, they were supposed to be at the
Oh.
Sanctuary the next night with Kill the Imposter.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So
Yeah, their entire like they're a band that I'm really like if we could do something, we being like Bog Wraith,
Yes.
which are like if we could somehow find that kind of way to like incorporate some kind of stage show, it's like similar to that kind of stuff, like just I love the like all the props and all the like the mic stands with the animal skulls on it and just everything like that, and then like the keyboard stand with the weird looking like Necronomicon looking like skin stuff
And-
over it,
and
then,
the fact that he actually told us how they acquired most of those stage
Yeah.
props, and
Yeah.
there's like stories behind them
I got
and everything.
I
Like,
got some really cool pictures. I don't know if I ever sent, but
No,
I'd like
you
to.
should.
Yeah, because there's like, I just
and what's funny is that I saw Keith like about a week after that show because I went down. It's no secret he was doing there's a YouTube show called the Taste of ... Monroe, Michigan, and he was where they go and they do filming at different like restaurants and bars in Monroe, and they had him on, and he put the word out for anybody that wanted to come to the filming. So I went down, and because I was like, either there's going to be a lot of Convalescence people there for me to hang out with, or there's going to be almost no one, and someone needs to be there with a Convalescence t-shirt on. So I was like, either way, it's going to work.
yeah.
It's gonna be fine. So I went and him and I ended up talking for quite a bit after everything was wrapped up, and we were talking about the Halloween show and talking about like spraying blood and stuff. I was like, yeah, why didn't you spray any blood that night? He's like, Diesel Lounge won't let us. I was like,
I figured
it is carpeted.
that's the one thing I was
It is
like,
carpeted.
yeah.
You motherfucker. But
yeah.
that was the one. And nobody really had any fog going, did they? I don't think so. I don't remember any. But if there was like a little bit
really.
of fog
Yeah.
and blood, it would have been full stage production.
Oh, yeah.
And even without it, though, it's still fucking
Yeah.
their shit is unbelievable.
Well, I mean, it pretty much like I just the red lights with all the stuff, and then like the fact that the bass drum had like the blue lights around it. It's just the contrast
sick.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I think it might have been actually the first time I've seen him inside too, because I feel like I've always seen him outside or like at festival
At
dates or
Metal
something.
Fest.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that
You never saw him at Music Factory down there in Battle Creek?
I don't.
Did
Or,
they?
no. It was because they opened for Devil Driver.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was
that
going to
time
ask.
that we went. Yeah,
All right.
and that was. I think that was one of the first times that like we'd met him, but we
We did. Yeah, we
just
had
a brief. Yeah.
We were just random fans walking up to a merch booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, it was the second time, but this time I don't really fully remember that first time.
This
but,
was a much longer set than that
Yeah,
would have been
yeah.
for sure. So they probably I don't remember, but this had to have been because they played for at least like 35, 40 minutes. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was damn near a full headliner.
Ended up catching the and that was the other thing about this show was like I was one of those that like I left with more than I came in with. I caught the set list from Convalescence, which was kind of a giveaway because I feel like you just kind of threw it to me because I was like,
the fucking drumstick landed next to me and I gave it to you. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was from that was Breathing Process. That was their drummer.
That was?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
It just landed right next to me, and I was like, it goes to the drummer. It goes to the drummer.
Yeah. And then a bunch of like guitar picks and stuff. That was pretty cool. I don't ever get those. That was
I have very I got friends who have an impressive caught guitar pick collection.
Yeah.
Like what? Like shit. Like Iron Maiden. You know what I mean? Like Megadeth. Like crazy Slayer. You know what I mean? Like all the ones you dream of getting, pretty much. I have gotten a couple over the years, but not. I think honestly, I'm pretty sure I did catch a couple Lamb of God ones once, and then. Because I think I have like a couple of them somehow, but they're all like in the same sleeve with the ticket, so I know they're all from that show.
Oh, okay.
And then one time I went to see Doro and Metal Church at the Machine Shop in Flint, and Chris Caffrey from the Trans-Siberian Orchestra was playing guitar for Metal Church that night. And
I remember you telling me about that.
And I was standing in line outside waiting to get in, and Caffrey was walking through the fucking parking lot. And so me and Matt were there, and we just kind of like made eye contact, and we did we gave him the horns. He walked right up to us and handed me a fucking Chris Caffrey TSO pick.
Hell yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, so that, but those were the only times. And then, after the show, we're hanging out with fucking W.O.R and Ben and, I forgot his name right now, but the bassist handed us, one of them's a glow-in-the-dark pick, too, dude. It's so sick. I was like, no fucking way. Like, that was very special.
Yeah.
That was very, like, that was
dude.
That's very, even at local shows, that's a very, very rare thing for me to acquire. So anytime I get one, it's very, very special.
Yeah.
Very special. And that was actually, for the record, that was the first time I ever got a fucking drumstick.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever got one. So
yeah.
hell yeah. Hell yeah. We got it for the first time together. That's awesome.
I gotta locate those picks because I know I have them. I don't put them somewhere in my house. I just don't. They got to be on my shelf somewhere where I put everything else.
Oh, I thought you meant pictures.
No.
But man, dude.
Yeah,
okay.
like, dude, I like.
Unreal.
Yeah, that was.
Everything about that night is just unfucking believable, dude. Like, I don't even know what else to say other than like, I would easily put that in the top 10 shows I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
And how many combined between you and I, we've probably been to damn near every Mayhem festival. So like, you know what I mean? Like, we've seen it all.
Yeah.
We've seen it all. And that one really fucking reigns supreme in a big bad way for me. Because, I mean, probably for like selfish reasons or whatever, for like just because of the show and getting to meet people. Like the fact that we got to walk in and we knew 50% of the bands that were performing.
That was cool. Yeah.
Is and not just, it's not like, it's very special, obviously, to like know Bogwraith on the level that I get to know Recorruptor on the level that I get to. But these are bands that are from out of state And even if they had never been on the show, I was already a fan of Convalescence.
Yeah.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
And had I discovered Reflection of Flesh or W.O.R on my own, I would be a fan. I would be it doesn't, you know what I mean? So it doesn't,
Yeah.
like, I'd still like walk in and be geeking out that I'm there at all. And then these bands that I would be a fan of anyway know who the fuck we are. And like have talked to us and like are excited that we're there and like, man, like that's the dream for me. This is the mountaintop, brother.
Yeah.
This is we have this thing is officially taken us so much farther than I ever thought it would.
Oh yeah, same.
What?
Yeah. I know I don't vocalize it a whole ton, but like that night and like everything else that happened, and just being there and just seeing bands that like we talked to that we're familiar with and stuff, and just like I wish that more people were there to like, you know, throw down for Reflection. I kind of wish that there was just a little bit more people there. Like I kind of wish that, you know, but like all things considered, like it's cool to see it from that perspective, because it's like, well, the next time is like, well, you know, it's gonna be extra, it's gonna be more. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just so cool to hear, because like, you know, even when we first met, or you know, first like, I mean, I feel like before every time that we talk to, you know, bands or whoever it is, like we always listen to their stuff. We always like, you know, go through everything, and like, so it was cool to like kind of be able to call back to certain songs and like certain things, be like, oh yeah, like I know this song, or like yeah, like that kind of thing. Like,
it's just, like we look, see, because that's the thing too, is it's like, I don't know, maybe this is, I don't know, I'm not gonna say anything, but I get the impression that we get, because it's important to both of, like, it's a legit thing that we do. We are the best we can in terms of getting to know the material of who we're about to talk to.
Try to, yeah.
We take that both of us take that very serious, and we've never even talked about that off air. Like, this is the first time I'm ever bringing this up.
Yeah.
And that's something I saw in you right from the get go, and something that as soon as we started getting guests on, like, we both we're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
What do they got? How long they been around? What are their names? Like, we start like doing all the things, and
to me,
learning as much as we can about them. What tours have they done? Who have they opened for? You know what I mean? Like, everything.
To me, that's one of the most important parts, because it's like, if you're not into the music, or if you're not into what's going on, then it's really hard to like, you know, to like keep that going and stuff. But like, you know, and also it's just kind of like wanting to just, you know, like I want to know just stylistically what it is. I want to know, like, oh, like this sounds like that. Oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder if this kind of like, it just, as you're hearing stuff, and as you're kind of like listening through and like reading through things, it's like, oh, like I wonder if they did this, or like I wonder, like, and it leads to questions, and it's like,
that's what I was gonna say.
And like I think one of the things that I really, you know, more so in the later ones, it took a while to kind of get into the rhythm of it and stuff, obviously, but you know, it was just like, the more time I feel like we spend, you know, either individually or like even before, like we'll meet up like, you know, like an hour or whatever, so before all this, and just kind of listen to stuff and talk about everything, and like try to figure out like, oh, like it'd be cool to figure this out, or kind of like, so like trying to go like a little more deper than just like, oh, like, so what was tour like, how's this show, like, how, you know,
that's exactly
kind of thing. Like,
you've gotten this down and gotten this reaction a lot more than I have, but how many times have you said something to a band and they go, oh yeah, you're actually not the first one that's made that comparison, and I think that's really cool. Or they'll go, I've never heard anyone make that comparison. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Like, you've gotten that a bunch of times with these bands. Every time I'm like, yes, that's awesome. But then also that night, Keith like, I don't even think that he knew that how I internalized this, but he kind of gave us the best compliment I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Where I think he was talking to Bobby.
Yeah.
I want to say, and he said that they were just talking about being on the show and stuff, and
remember
how they liked us because we don't ask like the same questions as everybody else.
Same kind of like interview questions.
No, yeah.
We might for the first one, but I mean we
have, and that's what I always tell everyone.
Yeah.
I do have, for the first time someone's on, I have a list of icebreakers that but that list is a list of things I'm genuinely interested in knowing. Like I really want to know this stuff for real.
Yeah.
Like I know they're kind of corny questions, some of them, but I'm serious about them. It's coming from a genuine place.
Yeah.
And after that, it's free for all.
Yeah.
After that first one, after I feel like I know you a little bit, then we're just talking. We're just hanging out.
Yeah. And a lot of times those kind of preliminary questions enter into just a regular,
Yep.
I mean, as conversations happen,
and it totally is just totally different. Sometimes they fall flat, but then another one, it just depends on who you're talking to. You know what I mean? It's you just gotta kind of like loosen them up. You know what I mean? You just gotta find a way to loosen them up, get them comfortable being on camera or on microphone. Not a lot of people are, like even musicians. Like if you're just like, you know what I mean? Like, well, unless you're a vocalist. Vocalists seem to love it.
Oh, dude, yeah.
But vocal, like I have a theory. Every metal vocalist out there, if they weren't a metal vocalist, they'd be a podcaster. No, that's just me.
Well, yeah, you're probably not too far wrong. Like, or some kind of like
talker
speech. Yeah. Like
they're talkers.
Yeah.
But I love it. Man. And once you get them going, the stories are just
that's my favorite part of this is like when you ask the right thing, when you start talking about something, it just goes, and it's like you just
on a story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man, like that was really like just that whole show was just, it was very like it was one of the first times where I'd ever kind of been like, oh, like it's actually possible for to make this happen, and to be like, oh well, and it was cool to kind of like bring it full circle and be like, like, oh, like when we finally like when you guys finally come through here, like we'll be there. Yeah. And to like actually have that kind of experience and to be able to like,
as you said, bring it full circle.
Yeah.
To actually make, they were kind enough to come on our show to bring it full circle to where like, oh, we're gonna be there for you. Yeah. Like, it was very, very special.
Well, that's the other big part of the other thing is like, we a lot. I mean, we've talked about it before a little bit, but we don't really get into things that like we dislike or we issues, whatever. Like we typically tend to stray on the line of things that we genuinely enjoy, things that we things that we love and shit, and to like to be able to have all of that kind of to come around and to be like to be noticed for that kind of thing, and to be like, oh, like this more than just like a just like a random like news site that's trying to do an article on a band, or like it's like it's an actual like what makes this work, what makes this tick, like what makes you guys like what, I don't know, like what's a part of your imagery, what's your like what kind of led to this, what
why do you even like metal?
Basic.
Most people don't.
I mean, because that's one of the things that I always loved is like one of the main first things we even ask is like, what got you into this?
Metal origins.
Yeah. And that's one of my favorite parts of it, is because a lot of times like that's the thing where it's like you hear something like somebody's like, oh, like Iron Maiden, or like, oh, Slipknot or Metallica or whatever. It's like, yeah, okay, like that makes sense. Like same, like you kind of connect on that. Yeah.
Exactly. It's either an automatic connection point, or it's like, or even if it's not, it's like, all right, well, how'd you find it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what was that process like for you? Because we know each other's stories, and they're both vastly unique from one another.
Yeah.
But yet, throughout doing this, we've found people that have similar stories to both of us, and we're just, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's crazy. Like, yeah. In a big bad way, that night we realized We're not talking to an empty room.
Screaming into the void.
We're not just talking into the void like we thought we kind of were.
A lot of times it feels that way, but it's nice to have these kind of moments. That's like, hey, there's like what you're doing is valid. It is much needed through the scene and through
and we talked about it too. Like we talked about it a lot after the show. Like we were both like just like buzzing for like a week.
Oh, dude, I'm still trying to go back to that. Like,
honestly, I'm kind of glad we waited this long right now to do this episode because I got a little charge back right now.
Yeah,
from
man.
It.
Yeah.
Like just like I haven't like gone over it that night in my head in this detail since like the week after that show happened, because all that week that's all I could think about.
Yeah.
I think I texted you. I was like, all I want is someone at work to ask me how my weekend was.
Yeah. Oh man, like.
And no one did.
The week of Halloween was fucking crazy.
So crazy.
And then
my God.
And then the week after that was crazy as well.
Yeah.
Like it was nonstop. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, well, back to reality. Kind of sort of. Which is kind of a different story, but we're still, working our way out. I mean, hey, like, I guess if we're bringing this around, like, I'm very excited about, especially this year. Like I've been really into like new music stuff. I've been trying to pay really close attention to stuff. There's been so many
better than I have.
There's been so many albums that have come out this year that like I'm almost struggling to put together a list on because I like. So
if we do like a Nightmare Christmas Carol. Special.
I like that.
We do that, and then we obviously do the album of the year.
Yeah.
The Filthy 15.
It might be more than that.
Oh,
I don't know.
Well, we are gonna have to work out how the fuck we're gonna do it this year, because there are, for the first time, in the past we've always strictly kept it to albums, but for the first time we can't do that this year.
Yeah.
We can't do that this year.
Yeah.
So. And what I mean by that is include EPs, because my favorite things released this year have been EPs. So, we gotta find a way to rework it, but we gotta keep it to 15. Maybe this will be the first time we have a legit honorable mention section.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll talk about it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want to wrap this one up. We have been going an hour. There are some things we didn't get to. We definitely need to come back soon and talk. You know what? Maybe we'll wait till it's over, but we definitely need to talk Dexter.
Oh,
because that's one of the things that you and I built our friendship on.
Yeah, honestly,
that's one of the first things you and I ever connected on was Dexter.
Yeah, wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's why I was so happy when you were here when we watched that first new episode. I was like, yeah.
Oh, and it just keeps going.
It's
like
it's good again.
Yeah, yeah. Like after, and like even like I mean the first episode by itself could have just been its own thing, and I'd have been completely fine with it.
Yeah.
But the fact that like every episode after this has like it brings me back to that excitement of watching the show again.
Yes.
Like it I haven't felt this way about it since I was watching the first season of it.
Like the 1 through 4.
Yeah.
One through
any of those, really.
1 through 4 are the ones that I go back to on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I should just do that again. I haven't done it straight through. I always just watch 1.
Yeah.
I would just rewatch 1 over and over. I haven't seen 2 or 3 in years. I don't even remember what happens. 2 or 3. I remember 4. Well, I remember the main thing that happens in 4.
Yeah.
But
which they kind of call back to in one of these episodes. Pretty heavy.
Well, apparently it's no secret. Apparently, well, see, here's something interesting. We should talk about this.
Yeah,
we'll talk about this. All right. Sorry, I was getting caught up. But all right, we'll wrap this one up. I'll do an outro, so I don't have to do anything crazy right now. But thank you, everybody. Lost in the Dark is back, and we were back with much, much more very soon. So raise your fucking horns. Legend. Wait for it. Dairy. That shit was legendary. Every time I get on the mic with just me and Aaron, it's just so fucking special for me. Because that's why I started this podcast, and none of my other best friends Preston, Jordan, Josh will ever get on the fucking mic with me. But I roped Aaron into it from the beginning, and he has stuck with me ever since, and I can never thank him enough for that. He means the absolute world to me. He's one of the best friends I've ever fucking had. So I hope you all enjoyed that episode as much as we did making it. And if you're still watching this, that means you made it all the way to the end, and you mean the world to me. If you're seeing this right now, and I'm dead serious, nobody comments on our shit. Nobody ever likes our shit. Like, it's very rare. So if you're seeing this right now, if you're seeing me talk right now, comment. Let me know. Because I don't know who's watching any of this shit. I have no idea. We have no way to know. So please, if you are, let me know in the comments below. And that's not just to get a comment. That's literally just to let the host of I will see it and I will reply to you directly, personally. That's literally just to let the host of the show know that people are actually watching to the end. So if you're seeing this right now, please, 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 please reach out. Whether it's a comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, we're very active. Send me a message. Feel free, Lost in the Dark podcast. But yeah, I really don't know who's seeing any of our shit. I have no fucking idea. Like, I literally don't. So it would be awesome to get some feedback from the people that might be still seeing this. But in any case, without further ado, that's going to do it for this episode of Lost in the Dark podcast. Hope you all enjoyed it. As always, raise your fucking horns and bang your goddamn heads. We love you all to death. Good night.